Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a quick update video here with respect to the newest Danger Room featuring Brimstone, as well as Immortal Weapons and Undying characters, continuation from kind of what we've seen before. But yeah, this one's interesting because you can see here, both the Undying and Brimstone characters will count as immortal weapons. So obviously, if you guys have immortal weapons, that's really going to be the nature of this Danger Room. So I had a chance to try it out already, pretty smooth, but let's do some gameplay footage here and talk about some of the key teams that you may want to consider as we kind of navigate this. So with these new Danger Rooms, you could realistically start at difficulty 10 if you have a lot of your characters already boosted up. My Daimon is already geared to 20, so I technically could do this, but what I like to do first is actually start on difficulty 9. And then, as you can see, I already got 50 packs because I was just testing it out. And yeah, honestly, you just have to work on building some of these packs going through it. And obviously, like I said, if you do have some of these big immortal weapon characters, you can, and keep in mind, you can rent them from the get-go as well, and they'll come in as geared to 20, but I don't technically like to do that until I have maybe a little bit of stat boost here and there, so that way it gives me a fighting edge. But for myself anyways, I found that starting off with Daimon or Hellcat or Living Mummy, these characters are some of the newest characters in the game, and we should be building Brimstone anyways now that Battle World 2.0 is released, right? So this combination right here allows for a lot of damage and synergy. And I like the fact that we can get through these nodes really quickly, especially in the beginning. So feel free. You can use the big ultimate if you want at the beginning. I'm just doing it now because we're not really... Difficulty 9 is actually not an issue whatsoever in terms of just getting the initial nodes. Remember, you want to be doing these as much as you can, as fast as you can in the very beginning. And what you'll see is, and this is the reason why I like to select these certain characters from Brimstone, because as we saw in the data mines, there's certain benefits that are going to be provided when you have certain characters in your roster. So you can see right here, Cat out of Hell for Hellcat. If Hellcat is an ally, when an ally attacks an enemy with trauma, she's also going to be healing. So anything that's specific to the characters, you always want to take advantage of. Daimon also has one, I think, where the enemy drops below a certain threshold, he's going to be granting death proof and speed up for his team. So kind of like that, right? And again, we're not really caring about our abilities right now, but you can see what I like about Daimon is also he can generate ability energy as we use his assisted attacks from the team as well. So really cool in terms of just that dynamic. Obviously, we need to be mindful of these characters not really having energy. So we, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're building energy, damage. And again, when you do have an opportunity to, bring up characters like Swordmaster, Iron Fist, this would be a good chance to do it. For myself anyways, we're not there yet. I want to build up my stats just a little bit, so that way I'm gonna have that really strong advantage here as we progress. And especially since in the final node, and again, we don't really know at the time recording what that node looks like. It could be a Professor Xavier, it could be some of those Old Man Logan or mythic teams that we've seen in the past. Every Danger Room has been different so far, so yeah. But we'll likely do an update video once I finish this, so I can talk about my experience as well. But yeah, I just wanted to get you guys some ideas to obviously get you started here. So yeah, this is a good chance to use the ultimate there, just because Rogue has that big buff on her, so we can just take advantage of clearing the enemies. And now we just go ahead here and take our time. And again, like I said, I don't think difficulty 9 you're gonna have a hard time with this. Just gotta be mindful of attacks. And remember, unfortunately, we just don't have a lot of energy with this team until we get those attacks off of the Brimstone, and then the synergy of their attacks allows each other to generate ability energy, right? Unless you see some certain packs or cards along the way that we can use that there. When an ally attacks an enemy with negative effect, gain the opposite. Ooh, this is cool. And then I like the blind as well because there's a little bit of protection. We'll probably see those other ones come back anyways. But yeah, look, this one right here, guys. Malicious anticipation. So if Daimon is an ally, when an enemy drops below that 50%, he's going to be clearing death proof, applying speed up and defense up to all allies. So this is pretty massive. You really want to be going for any of those bonuses that we can take advantage of here, right? And again, this is difficulty 9, so I'm not too crazy on using my rentals right now because I just want to build up my stats. But that's kind of the mentality here, guys. You can see 4 minutes in, we've already gotten a few done here and kind of rinsing and repeating. Usually it takes me roughly 3 to 4 runs, not the full clear, but 3 to 4 runs as in like 3 to 4 tries, and it gets me in a good point where I have some of those bonuses active. And then you can obviously see, wow, okay, so that's kind of the strategy there, guys. Did you see that? Just the number of speed up what we got in the additional attacks from Daimon, and then now we're going to be generating ability energy back for him. But again, I do see the issue here that we want to be rinsing and repeating Daimon's ultimate as much as we can. So for that reason, we want to focus on a little bit more energy generation if that's possible. Maybe some components of like offense up, So that's kind of the game plan here, right? As we kind of build up some of these nodes and complete them, we're getting points, but as well, we want to be building up once again some additional ways that we can do some more damage, especially since once we get to those big heavier nodes. Maybe this is a good example of one, but we want to be able to take down a heavier team with the abilities, right? So this is a good example. This is why I like the blind, because it gives us some natural protection. Daimon, big ultimate, repeats his attack because he was able to finish. And you can kind of just see this is going to be the name of the game. That's why I think, without question, Daimon's going to be the most important character, especially carrying this. That's why I had full confidence bringing up to Gear Tier 20. But also, guys, remember, we need Brimstone for Blue Marvel as well, and them obviously being the first team for Chapter 3. My goodness, just check marks across the board. They're basically the new Vigilante team, you know, so you definitely want to take advantage of that. Ooh, the Doom's Boon. So this works in hand with Daimon's specific card as well. And I do see that Zombie Kestrel is available, Scarlet Witch, we got Steel Serpent. So there's going to be tons of things that we can do with this. This is why I love, you know, Danger Room, because of the fact that there's a lot of opportunities here where we can, you know, get to know these characters well, but understand the synergies and then see the different dynamics here in play. But as well, looking forward to the new Mortal Weapons team. So I'm really liking this combo that I have at the beginning here. So that's interesting. The enemy was able to get a turn ahead of us. That's why it was nice to have our Zombie Juggernaut as a defensive standpoint in terms of just shouldering some damage until we actually get our chance to use Daimon. But yeah, so the nodes like this where maybe the enemies do already have some kind of built-in turn meter or speed before we can make a move. This is why it's important to have obviously some big burst damage, but as well speed. And then now we're going to try, you know, it's unfortunate Daimon didn't have his ultimate because that might cost us, unfortunately. So it gives you a sense, right? That's why you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket at the beginning here. But this is why we save our big ultimates, like with Hellcat now. Oh, that didn't rebound much. I mean, it must have countered her chain attacks, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a good example to showcase for you guys, at least, the limitations, right? That's why when you want to get to this point, you want your team to be in a good position with their attacks and so forth, right? So that was a big ultimate, but we still weren't able to get through it. So at least now this showcases for you guys the limitations of this team and what we have to do in order to be successful. So that's why, you know, I think, like I said, I think difficulty 9 is a good place to start at building up those points. And again, Daimon's going to be key, but, you know, again, we could have had some different teams there in addition to some Undying or Mortal Weapons also synergizing there. But you guys have it. That's kind of my game plan. We're going to go from there. And like I said, it was a good run, but that only took like 5-6 minutes to get through it. Now we have 90, and now we can add some more, right? We can add some additional damage here. And that's kind of the name of the game, guys. Start at difficulty 9, build it up, and then it ramps up crazily once we get into difficulty 10 anyways. But that's kind of the name of the game, guys. Do let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.